Oh, hello. I'm Jason, a professional video editor. Today, we're going to be looking at the ad from Alexa that came out when? I don't remember when. How many years ago? Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It came out a few years ago, and you'll remember it when we watch it. But today, I'm going to be breaking it down. Specifically, what makes this ad so effective? Why did it work so well for Alexa? And it worked well for them. From a video editing standpoint, so that if you're a marketing director or a CEO or you're running a company yourself and you're running video ads or video content, this will help you figure out how to make it better, more effective. By the way, you are correct. I need a haircut. All right, let's watch the video and then break it down. The video is, by the way, a minute and a half. All right, it's a minute and a half. So let's watch this for a minute and a half and then let's chat.
Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing a
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready. Just say the word.
And you're sure this is gonna work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you
Alexa, how far is Mars?
How far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. For what? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
Now setting the mood. You're in the bush and you're just so dirty and you're so sweaty because it's hot in that bush.
Alexa, reboot.
Alexa, play some country music.
Oh,
I don't dance now, I make money move.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them banks so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
Okay, this ad is brilliant. First of all, this ad must have cost millions of dollars. But there are a lot of elements from this video that you could apply to your own videos for ads and social media posts. I wonder what it costs. I'm kind of curious, but I'm not going to look because I really don't want to edit this video. I make videos all day for other people and my own content, and I don't want to edit this content, so never mind. Okay, so let's go through a few things that just stood out to me from the first watch. I mean, I've seen this ad before years ago when it first came out, but let's watch it again. Oh, I need to show you. Okay, so the first thing I noticed, and this is very important. Well, this is a distinction I guess I should make from the get-go. There is a very big difference between the type of content you're creating, the type of video content you're creating, and what you're creating it for, which platform, and most importantly, and something that a lot of people don't think about when they're putting a video together, is how is your audience, your primary audience, going to watch this thing? So a lot of times I'll get clients who want a video for their website, and we're also going to use this video at a trade show, and we also want the video to work on social media, and we also want it to work for emails that we're going to send to our customer list to watch, and we want it to work for social media, and we're going to probably run some ads. Like, they want this video to do everything, and it's maybe going to do one of those things really well, and it's not going to do the others well. So it's best to create whatever video you're trying to create, like, know exactly what the video is going to be used for. Specifically, how are people going to watch this video? And what mind space are they going to be in? Because that drastically changes the approach of the video. This was a Super Bowl ad. So you have in a Super Bowl ad the most active audience that you could possibly have. The only way you can get a more active ad commercial is maybe the ads that play before a movie, but a lot of people don't go to the movies anymore, like an actual theater, because people are just sitting there. Although I would say they're even less captive. Well, for sure they're less captive than a Super Bowl ad, because a Super Bowl ad, that's part of the reason people are watching it. So anyways, Amazon knew that this was what this ad was for. And so it was created with that intent, knowing that it's going to have a very captive audience. So the intro for this ad is built that way. So watch this.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a...
Alexa?
Okay, but it still does something that applies to almost any video, And that is that it captures your attention. Because even during the Super Bowl, you know that as soon as the ad plays within the first few seconds, you know whether it's probably going to be a good ad or not, or at least whether it's worth your additional time to keep your attention. You're going to keep watching this ad, or you're going to pick up your phone and look at that. So you got to capture people's attention. It's just that when it's a Super Bowl ad and you know you're going to have a captive audience, you can take more time doing it because you know the ad audience is captive versus an ad, see, on social media where you have to disguise it maybe because if people are scrolling Instagram, they don't necessarily, Instagram does a great job of hiding their ads in the feed. So you'll just be scrolling. And a lot of times, like I'll do this a lot with my wife. I just watch the way she scrolls and she can tell within usually 3 seconds or so whether it's an ad or not, but she won't know just from scrolling. You know, it'll just pop up and sometimes it'll be disguised as an ad and the deception is so well done that it doesn't even feel like an ad until like 30 seconds through. And then she's like, oh, this is just an ad. So anyways, that's the first takeaway from this is the intro is very important, but most important is to know how your audience is going to be watching this. So what does that mean practically? It means that if you have a Super Bowl ad, you can kind of do what you want. Like you want to show people this is going to be interesting. Most of you aren't going to be doing Super Bowl ads though, but you might be putting ads behind your video. And in that case, it's important to know what platform are you going to be targeting because people, even based on the platform they're going to be scrolling from, will scroll differently. And their interest level or their engagement level with the platform is different. And what they're looking for is different. So for instance, LinkedIn, people are scrolling LinkedIn typically for drastically different reasons than they're scrolling X or Instagram. Instagram generally is for, and I would put X in that category also, it's for people who are trying to usually get their minds off of work. It's a distraction versus something like LinkedIn where people are scrolling typically with work in mind because it's a work-focused app. And obviously different platforms display your video differently. And you also have to look at what other types of content are probably going to be seen on their feed and figure out whether you want to be deceptive and disguise your ad, if that's what you're going after, as other content, or do you want it to just be blatantly an ad and hope that people who watch it are interested in the product that you're promoting. Secondly, or the other approach or content type anyways, I'd say is social media content where it's not an ad, it's not a paid ad, it's organic. And in those cases, the intro needs to be decided based upon who you're trying to target and whether the people who you're putting this post in front of already understand what your product is. And so you're trying, if that's the case, and you're trying to educate them further potentially, or are you putting it in front of people who have never heard of your product and this is just baseline top level content where you need to be more entertaining? So there's a ton of factors is my point. And the intro is extremely important. So we've gotten 5 seconds in this video. And that's all I guess I'll say about that is the intro is extremely important. It's the most important part of the video. But to determine what kind of intro, what kind of hook you're going to use, you really have to know what platform this video is going to be put on and whether it's going to be paid ads or organic or a commercial on television for the Super Bowl. Anyways, that's that.
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing
Alexa lost her voice.
The next thing that happens, 8 seconds in, you see the first, I guess this would actually be the second sort of reinforcing, what would you call it? Reinforcing anchor, we'll say. Like throughout the video, what you want to try to do is build these roots or these anchors into people's attention. So you want to capture their attention initially really quick with the opening of the video, the first 2 to 3 seconds, to see how big of a pull you can create. How many people can you get to watch your video for the next 3 to 5 seconds? So that first anchor for this video was that it's funny because Alexa coughs.
Alexa?
Amazon's
like she's sick, and that's kind of interesting. It feels like there's going to be a story here. And so that's, I'd say, the first hook or the first anchor. The second one is Jeff Bezos, because I've never seen Jeff Bezos in a commercial. So the first time I actually saw this ad, I had seen, I think, the 30-second version. This is the minute 30 version. So I think just having Jeff Bezos in there is the next hook. It's just like, oh, dang, that's somebody I know. So that's important to think about through your videos also, is like throughout the video, you don't want any points of the video like this one has throughout it. There's a lot of areas of this video where you probably turn your brain off. You probably already done that. You're probably not paying attention. If you made it this long into the video anyway, that's impressive. Because this is a long video that we're discussing another video on. I was trying to laugh that off, but it's not funny. It's serious. So you need. Why doesn't my brain work? Why can't I just say what I want to say? And this is what's hard about not editing, is you get this. You need to have throughout your video additional anchors, additional grabs. As soon as you feel like you're, watching the video and you feel like you're losing attention, you need to add another hook to re-engage the audience's attention. This can be done in a simple cut to something else that's interesting, a pop of color. It could be text. It could be a hit of music. It could be a lot of things. I can't think of anything else right now, but something engaging or interesting to re-grab your audience's attention so you don't lose it. And this happens with Jeff Bezos here.
Voice. How is that even possible?
We have the replacements.
The next one that happens is comedy. And you see the theme of this video, or one of the running, at least I would say the emotion of this video, the emotional engagement is humor. And every video should have one of three types of emotions, or one of them isn't really an emotion, but they are head, heart, or humor. Preferably all three. If you can't do all three, then try to do two. And if you only do one really effectively. This one does one really effectively. It's very funny. And so I would say that the third anchor or hook in this video is the humor, and you see it with this girl, specifically with her reaction.
And you're sure this is going to work?
Right there.
Yeah.
That reaction is brilliant. And I wonder how many different takes they did to get that. And I wonder how intentional that was. If that was actually scripted, if they went in shooting this with that in mind, or if it just happened, they're like, oh, that's good. But that is another hook. And the music hits there, and it just feels like the start of the video, really, of the ad. But it's another hook. It's the third hook. And then we get into the bulk of the commercial. From here, we see celebrities that continue to hook us, because you see now that there's going to be celebrities and people in this video. You kind of get that from Jeff Bezos, but you really get it from whatever this guy's name is. I don't remember, but you know him and I know him. He's a cooking guy. And so you kind of get the theme, like this is going to be a funny video and it's going to have celebrities in it. And so that hooks you because you know there's going to be more of that throughout the ad. So those remain the hooks throughout it. So those are two things that are important. The intro, the first hook, the most important, and then continuing to grab hold of your audience throughout the video with additional hooks. So that's two things. Third thing that I noticed through this is that this ad does a really good job of reinforcing Alexa in a few different ways. Like at the end of the day, you're selling a product, you're selling Alexa. So it's, for one thing, it's showing that Alexa is common around the world. It sort of makes it feel like everybody uses Alexa, from celebrities to the average Joe. Everybody uses Alexa. It does that. It also reinforces the diverse group of people that use Alexa. Because if you look at like not the celebrities, but the regular people, you look at, we start with like this guy just at home cooking, to this kid at school. He's young and he's, but he uses Alexa even though he's young, to this like dinner party with young professionals or something. They use Alexa. And this guy who's kind of like older, maybe more gruff, a little more blue collar, maybe he listens to country music, he uses Alexa. So there's all these different people, and this young, kind of maybe more hip, younger, more attractive girl uses it. Everybody uses Alexa. And thirdly, the kind of product reinforcement is that every celebrity uses an earpiece that looks just like Alexa. And this is sort of the iconic look of Alexa. It's like a circle with this light, this blue, the color that goes around it, that ring on the outside of the light. Every celebrity, and even this clock has it. She's wearing it. We see it on the product. We see it on her ear. So it's reinforcing the brand. throughout it, which I get. It was probably the whole point of the ad in general. Everyone knows who Alexa is, what Alexa is. It's just reinforcing, I suppose, the product. Anyways, I could go on and on, but how long was that video? Probably longer than I'd assumed. I could have held your attention if you're still watching this. If you are, I'm impressed. Thanks for watching. Is this kind of content interesting? And if so, what else could I tell you? What would be more interesting? What's some insight that I could offer, potentially, that would be more interesting to you? Please let me know in the comments so you can help make this channel actually effective and useful to you. It's useful for me because I'm trying to sell my service to you. I'm assuming you're like a marketing individual or you have a business, you're CEO, you're trying to market your company using video. And so I want to make videos for you. That's what I get out of this. So I got to make the content good so that you'll watch it. So how can I make it better? All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Adios.